Hi guys, today we're going to be doing my hair. It's been quite a while since I've done a hair transformation and a really long time since I've done a hair transformation where I do it all myself. I've kind of gone back to doing my own hair because I like being in the comfort of my own home. And for how I like my hair, it can get really expensive. The main highlight today is I taught my husband how to do my sew-in extensions. He's practiced a couple times now on some of my older extensions that aren't really good to wear anymore, and so I finally bought brand new ones that he's going to sew in for me today. But you can probably tell that my hair is an absolute disaster right now. I bleached it last week and decided to just kind of give it a rest in between bleaching it again. The majority of my hair is definitely already light enough, but you know what the problem is, the roots. I had pretty long roots, which are a pain to deal with, but I'm going on vacation at the end of this week, and so we must get this done. I want to put a couple things out there. One, I know my hair is damaged, I know it's low-key a mess all the time, and it's okay. I'm not going to stop doing things to it for the time being, and it's just hair. Second, I know my lips are bruised, and they're going to get even more bruised at some point in this video. I'm doing a multiple stage correction, and I actually have another appointment in an hour and a half. So I'm going to look a little crazy for most of this video, so bear with me. If there's anything I am, it's a mess. So let's just get straight into it. Up here, of course, where bleach the best is obviously near my scalp. And then over here, I had bleached a money piece up at the root. So here was already lighter than the rest of my roots. I did that maybe a couple months ago. But of course, the worst of it is going to be kind of on the back of my head. I didn't want just like straight orange roots and white hair for the past week or so. So I did kind of put a little rose gold over it. I'm not sure what color I'm going to ultimately end up with. The extensions should be coming in today so I can take a look at how light they are, and I can assess how light my roots come out and how, if any of this color washes out of my hair. There's just a lot up in the air right now. My goal is to just have most of my hair still on my head, mostly one color, with my extensions sewn in. I think that's a reasonable ask, but we'll see. So I'm going to start off by sectioning my hair today, and I saw someone on TikTok do something that is absolutely genius. I will leave their thing here, I don't know off the top of my head, but they section their hair out and tie it off before they bleach it, which is such a smart idea. It saves so much time during the application process, so everything can process at the same time for the most part. So I'm gonna hop in my hair dyeing shirt and we'll start parting it. Okay, so pretty much these parts are pretty much fine. So I'm gonna start about here. And I feel like this way I will be able to also not get it on the rest of my hair where I don't want it. Like, it's a good barrier. They are gonna hang down a little weird, but this is mostly so I can pull it up like this. And my hair is partially wet because partially wet hair parts a lot easier. And also for me, I've had a few hairdressers bleach my hair wet, and I feel like it's always worked out pretty well. Roots are pretty rough right now. That's okay. I'll live, right? It's fine. Now I'm gonna do just this side, and I'll do the back afterwards. I don't have a lot of time today, to be honest. This like front part I have going on doesn't really need almost anything, so I'm gonna avoid that. There we go. I have like an hour and 10 minutes before I need to leave, which is really pushing it today, but I feel like the bleach for my hair really should not be on for more than like half an hour because it is already pretty fragile even at the roots going. I'll wear like a beanie with full plex in my hair or something. It's fine. Now I just have to part the back. My arms are sore. Alright, I think we have it all parted. Let's mix up the bleach now. For my bleach, I'm using this Ion Bright White Cream Lightener because I really like cream lighteners. I strayed from this when I bleached my hair last week and honestly regretted it because I feel like it does less damage and it works better just for my hair in my opinion. Mix it up. Okay, so David's gonna help really quick just for like 3 minutes because he has a meeting in 6 minutes.
I feel like this stuff it's a lot easier.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
And you think you're getting all of it?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I think he got all of that for me. For the most part, he had a meeting, so I'm going to have to finish that, which is fine. This might be common sense for a lot of people, but I always keep a bleach towel around to wipe my hands off while I'm doing this because I feel like it makes it so much easier. I have a dedicated towel for this. All right, the back needed it the most. Now I'm gonna do, which I really like this because then I could just kind of like rub it through with my fingers and it's so much easier to hold. I'm going to take all of these out super carefully now. They were quite big, so once I undo a loop or two, they should pretty much just fall right out. And then I will spread through anything that I may have missed when I do that. Okay, I have that all on. So now I just mixed up a little bit of a bleach bath that I'm gonna do in the shower. Basically, it's just a little bit of bleach, developer, and shampoo. And I'm gonna leave it on literally for like 30 seconds just to maybe pull any color out that I still have. This is obviously very warm and this is very cool. So I want to kind of, you know, blend that together. So I'm gonna do that and I will check back in with you guys when it's washed out or dry. I kind of have to get going after I get out of the shower. So I will return to you probably looking kind of crazy, but I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So here is the hair situation. We're pretty good. This is definitely light enough to be able to do something I want with it, so I'm happy about that. It's not 100% dry yet, but almost. And my extensions just came in, so I thought I'd open them with you guys. I've never tried this brand before. It is Jay-Z Styles. Oh my gosh, but the hair they had looked super light, and my hair is fairly light and it really leans towards being cool toned. I know it's definitely warm right now because I just bleached that out, but the bottom is always cool toned for some reason. Look at how light these are. They look really nice. They definitely look a bit more green than white, but I can absolutely work with this. I'd much rather have something a little bit too gray rather than something too yellow for extensions. So these are the hand-tied extensions, which means that I will have them sewn into my head basically, and I'll show you how that's done, or my husband will. Extensions themselves are pretty expensive, and then the install process is also pretty expensive, which I absolutely understand because it's a job. But my husband is someone that picks up skills very easily, and I felt like this was something that he could get really good at. So I have him doing them now, and I enjoy that because then I get to just like sit and watch TV and hang out with my dogs and hang out with him while he does it, and it's been nice. And I do prefer that. Not to say I won't ever go back to a hairdresser to do them occasionally. However, for now, I'm just going to have him do them, and he's been doing them really well. So I'm super excited to have some new extensions. This is going to be a pretty big difference in terms of extensions versus my color now. So I'm definitely going to try to take that into account with doing my actual hair. I was kind of planning on dyeing them at the same time, but I think I need to dye my actual hair and then assess what to do with these because I don't want to ruin them by making them too dark or anything like that, or putting a color on that isn't easy to get out. So I got just some wefts for that, and then I also got a very small pack of tape-ins at like 4 inches shorter than the other ones. That way I can put them up here and it blends my actual hair together with the other extensions that are going to be longer. I also do have a bit of breakage up at the top here, and so I feel like these will hide sort of like the wefts underneath. Because if one of them's gonna show, I think the less noticeable one would be some tape-ins. I don't particularly love tape-ins, but I'm just gonna use a couple. From this company, I also got some of the clips for the extensions, some little, I don't know exactly what these are called, like little hair stickers to keep flyaways away. So I guess at this point we should probably dye my hair. I'm a little nervous to do it just because I do have this up here, which is okay. We can definitely tone that down. Everything else is, for the most part, a blank canvas. I'm not sure if I want to do a more gray or a more pink. I think I kind of want to do a like dusty rose color, kind of what I started out with. I do really like that color and I haven't done pink in quite a while. I'm going to show you guys mixing up the dye, and I'm just warning you now, it's going to look a little chaotic because I'm probably going to be using a ton of different stuff from a ton of different brands. Nowadays, I try not to really buy hair dye because I have so much of it, so I really just kind of try to mix up what I have and use it up, and usually I can get pretty close to what I want anyway, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. So let's get to that. I was looking through my stuff and I found this toner that I have. So against my better judgment, I'm going to use this toner. It's a Redken Lavender Ice, and I know that it's more for yellow and I have a little bit of orange, but I think it's going to match the extensions pretty well, and I feel like this is just going to get me where I want to go a lot quicker, especially with how gray the extensions look. I do want my hair to have kind of like a purple pinkish hue, so I can always do that to the extensions after. So if this processes to like a more purpley gray or pink gray, it doesn't matter. That's totally fine, but we're just going to do this really quick. Really what I'm hoping to do is just take a lot of time that I would have spent mixing up random shades to try to get my hair to match the extensions, and then the extensions to match my hair. With the toner, I'm still gonna have to put some regular like semi-permanent dye over, and that's totally okay, but matching this to the extensions would just take a lot of time if I want to make sure it looks good, because what I'll do when I'm trying to be overly cautious is mix up the color, think it looks all right, put it on my hair, let it sit, rinse it out, and then get out, and then adjust and do the same thing over and over until it's what I want. And then I'd have to do the same with the extensions. So my whole day is riding on this toner right now. Also, I know I look very ducky right now, swollen. I'm gonna put this on my roots first, and anywhere that's more pink, especially like right here. I think I've gone back to doing my own hair, not because there's anything wrong that any hairdresser that I go to has done, but just because I'm extremely picky on the inside. And I feel like I hate paying so much to not get exactly what I want. And while I may not get exactly what I want doing it myself, at least I did it for the cost of product. And if I mess it up, that's on me. I didn't pay to mess it up, which is also why I like started doing my own nails. And if I'm doing it myself, I really don't expect it to be perfect because I just don't have that kind of eye or patience. Starting to see a little bit of grayish tone coming through. We like that. I'm really letting it sit on those pink parts an extra bit of time before I put it on the rest of my hair, because once I put it on like this bit, it's just gonna go whoop, because the amount of time it's gonna take on the parts that aren't pink is going to be like a fraction of it. Okay, we're seeing some really good progress. I'm gonna let it sit for just a second and go wash it out, and then I will show you guys what we're gonna be working with. And my hair is all dry. I'm pretty happy with the color. There is still a couple little warm patches, but that's okay. It is way more even. As far as the extensions go, I think that they need to be a little bit more pink purple, just a tint. So I'm really happy. I'm gonna have to do minimal dyeing to these. I'm gonna actually take them out of the package because I haven't yet. I love the way fresh hair smells. It looks so nice. The top of the wefts on these is so thin. I'm hoping they're gonna be really comfortable. So to tone these the color that I want, I'm going to do the like water dip method. That way I can ensure that I don't overdo it. I'm going to do it in my sink. You can do this at your own risk. Personally, I've never had a problem with hair dye ever staining something aside from like a wall too much to the point where it won't ever come out. Usually just some bleach takes it out of I have recycled glass countertops, and then I don't know what the sink's made of. Porcelain. That or some barkeeper's friend. Usually it takes it right out, but the sink's just easiest, so let's get to it. I just wanted to note something really quick because I just took all of the hair out, is I got the same color for the tape-ins and the wefts, and they are slightly different. The tape-ins are definitely more blonde and the wefts are more gray. It's not a huge difference, but definitely a difference if you are mix and matching like I am. I thought that I was just seeing things when I was looking at them in the package, because the packaging for this one is gray and the packaging for this one is like a blonde yellowish cream color, so I thought that it was just like bouncing off the hair to look like that, but they are a little bit different. I don't really see that being too much of a problem, just something to note. Again, I can't vouch for the extensions quality yet, but they look really nice because I haven't used them and haven't had them for a little while. I feel like if you get it tied in extensions or any extensions that like stay in your head, something you probably have experienced, I have anyway, that really bugs me and makes extensions really uncomfortable is a lot of time extensions at the top here will have a layer of hair that goes only about half an inch to like an inch far down, and in turn having all of that hair there makes it so that the top is thicker. It just makes it so uncomfortable to me. I'm like constantly itching it. So these do not have that whatsoever. Like I can't even see a single piece that looks like that. So I have really high hopes for these. But let's get to dyeing these. I'm going to start off with this pink shampoo from Lime Crime. This is what I usually use nowadays whenever I do my hair pink. It's super easy to put in and it keeps it fresh the whole time. I also just like really like the tone of it. It's a bit of a warmer pink, which I do like. And then I'm also going to go in with the Lilac Toner Drops from Shrine. I love these drops. Not this particular color essentially, but just these in general. I get a lot of use out of them. Also, I apologize for the awkward angle on this. I'm also doing this in warm water, definitely not hot. Since I am using a shampoo in this little mixture, it will be nice to clean the extensions a little bit because you can really tell how extensions are and the quality and stuff after you've washed them for the first time, because any extensions you buy, they're gonna come out of the package feeling silky, but will they stay that way? We will see. So I'm doing little test pieces with the tape ends, which I'm glad I did because this is a little bit too purple, I think. So I'm going to have to adjust a little bit. I'm going to go see if I have anything more gray because these are coming out very pastel and my hair is a lot more of like a muted tone and these are more of a like brighter, clearer tone, if that makes sense. Even if I diluted the color more, it still wouldn't be like as muted, which is what I'm looking for. But this might be okay for the wefts because they are already more muted in color. But yeah, I'm just gonna mess with it a little bit and you'll see what I'm doing, but I just gotta mess with this for a while. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I have literally exactly what I need. As I'm doing this, I'm like, is this even doing anything? And then putting it next to this one. It is. It's subtle, but I think it's almost perfect now. So with this method, you're not going to be able to, for the most part, unless you have just like a tiny bit of hair, do one batch and then call it good. You're most likely going to need to consistently refill this, so just keep that in mind, unless you do like a huge tub of it, because like the dye mixed in here isn't infinite. It won't just color hair forever and ever. I know the water looks like I barely changed anything to it with that silver, but here's the difference. This one's after I adjusted it and this one's before. Subtle, but definitely a difference. All right, so let me knock out the rest of these extensions. Now that the extensions are done, I am going to just mix up a really light color for my hair just to even any last bit out. The bottoms are a bit more blonde than up here. Up here is definitely more like ashy, pinkish, and these are definitely a lot warmer. So I just want everything to mesh together well. So here's what I've mixed up. I've kind of tested it on here and I think it's gonna be a good match. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I feel like you'll definitely be able to tell the difference between this blondish color and the light silver purple that we put on the extensions. So I'm just going to put this on, even it all out. I actually made this mixture with like Olaplex and stuff like that. That way it can hopefully revive my hair just a teeny bit. So I'm gonna do this, rinse it out, wait for my hair to dry, wait for the extensions to dry, and then we can finally put them in my head. I'm super excited. David said he's super ready to do it. He's been watching more videos on how to do it, so he's ready. I'm ready to have long hair again. So I'm just gonna get this all started. I'm gonna start at the bottoms here, kind of cool it down a bit. Oh, much better. The amount of time this hair has taken me is the longest that it's taken me in a while, but I think it's worth it. I feel like I've taken a lot of care in each step, despite what it looks like. And I think that my hair is actually going to turn out almost exactly how I want it, so I'm super excited. I am going out of the country soon, and I feel like there's nothing that can ruin a time more than just like not feeling good about yourself because of your hair or anything else. For me to feel good, I need my hair to look good. If my hair doesn't look good, then I feel like I end up thinking none of my outfits look good, my makeup doesn't look good. You know, for me, the hair just really brings it all together. I feel much better getting this done. And hopefully you guys like it too. I know it's been a while since I've done any sort of hair anything. I always get nervous doing like hair vlogs and stuff now, especially doing it myself, because I really like to just do things how I want it, and it may not be the best way, the fastest, even the proper way, and I know it upsets a lot of people, and I don't want to upset anyone. But the video following after this will be doing my nails for the vacation and also the vlog of it. I'm just gonna mush it all into one video. Oh, look at how good that's matching. Ooh, so happy. I'm gonna let this set for honestly like a couple hours just so the extensions can also dry, and when I come back we'll put the extensions in. Okay, I apologize for the terrible lighting in this. It's really late, but we've got to get this done. So, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's gonna just do them and I'm gonna show you guys, and I'll probably just do a little voiceover or something because I feel like my dogs can't be quiet for a little while, and also we're both very tired. But I'll show you what he does, and of course show you how it turns out. I'll probably put the tape-ins in tomorrow. This extension method is by no means new. It's essentially a traditional sew-in. Essentially, instead of braiding a line of hair to sew the weft into, you use beads because straight or finer hair won't stay in the braid and it won't really be able to support it either. So basically you do a line of beads and using a curved needle sew the hair in. There's a certain stitch that you use that I don't know because I'm not the one doing the sewing. The part that is the hardest and takes the most practice and skill is going to be where they start and stop, getting the ends to essentially like lay down flat and secure. In addition to the knots at the end to tie off the thread, my husband is also clamping it with a bead, which is why you see a couple pieces with 2 beads, just to ensure that the hair stays on and it doesn't come loose. And again, I want to reiterate that I totally understand that hairdressers charge a lot for this. It does take a lot of time and effort. They often also take classes to be able to do them better. This is not going to be nearly as secure as when I was getting it done, but I can have him fix it at any time. We ended up doing 3 rows, which is pretty typical, and that's about it as far as the process goes. Alright, I have the hair all in. It's not cut or anything yet, so it's gonna look a little bit unblended, but we're going to do the tape-ins now. I want to do the tape-ins before I cut any hair or anything like that, so let's get to it. I got single-sided tape for this because my hair is thin and I don't want really thick pieces, and I think that it'll just blend a little bit better. I'm really just wanting to fill in places like this where it just seems like, you know, there's a little breakage and it kind of just like abruptly stops. So something like that, and that'll just kind of help pull all the extensions together. I'm not sure how far up I can get away with putting these, like, no, maybe like this high? Actually, maybe. Yes, okay, let's go. Okay, I just want to test and see my part. Make sure you're not gonna be able to see them. Nope. It's been quite a while since I've installed tape-ins, and I've never done it single-sided, so I looked up which way to do it, and I saw people doing it either way, so I think that I am going to do it with the tape underneath, because I think any extra bulk on my head will show. Perfect. And then the single-sided tape. Feels good. And these ones, they said, do need to be activated with heat. Should probably turn my straightener on. Does everyone have that just like really old straightener that they use? I feel like I don't know a single person with like a brand new straightener. We all have just one we've been using for like 10 years. Although the screen on mine doesn't really work anymore. Okay, I have my next part. Okay, update. I think my straightener might actually be malfunctioning because I can feel the heat from here, and I have it set at only like 280. And look at the color right here that it took off that extension. That's how hot that was. That's not right. Okay, I finished my hair. Let me back up so you guys can actually see. I also curled it because of course it's gonna look best that way and the most blended. But I normally wear my hair wavy because I braid it at night because that's what you should do with extensions. But I'm super happy with how it turned out. There are some yellow spots that will need to be corrected again at some point. But compared to what I started with, I would say it's like a 90% improvement. And that's good enough for me. This definitely wasn't a like tutorial. It was more of like go on this little hair journey with me. So I hope it was just at least entertaining. Since I used to film doing my hair so much and I haven't for quite a while, every time I do something I get asked what stuff I use, and obviously you guys saw the way I mix dye, and so that's a super hard question to answer when I do that, so hope it was helpful at all. Anyway, please make sure to give this video a like if you liked a hair video. Of course, this is not going to be a super regular occurrence, but let me know if you want me to keep filming when I do my hair, even if it's just me kind of being a mess the whole time and not doing it properly and doing it messy, etc. Okay, I'm rambling at this point. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you next time. Bye!